is Travis Taylor of Skinwalker Ranch fame. Is he positioning himself to reverse engineer alien technology? That is the question on many people's minds as he leaves the government. He was the lead scientist for the U.A.P task force, among other duties over his career. He has left the government for the private sector. He has joined Radiance Technologies alongside Jay Stratton, who also was associated with the U.A.P task force. In fact, he led the U.A.P task force before turning the reins over to other people, possibly people that shouldn't have had the reins, arguably. But Jay Stratton has a long history with Skinwalker Ranch, and as well as working with the government on this sort of thing. So it's very intriguing to see this powerhouse team up of Travis Taylor and Jay Stratton joining Radiance Technologies and openly talking about reverse engineering alien technology. This is very exciting, and recently Travis sat down with John Greenwald and had some comments on that very subject. So get in here, let's talk about it. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and please comment below as I'm going through this story. There's various ways you can support the channel to allow me to spend more time on these videos and make them as good as I can get them. You can become a channel member in the first line of the description below to get exclusive access and videos. You can simply leave a tip in the tip jar with the super thanks feature below, right next to the like button. Or because I'm a novelist, I write fantasy, science fiction, horror, and steampunk, sometimes all together. So if you want to, if you're so moved, go on to Amazon and buy one of my books. There's one of them right there, The Atomic Sea by Jack Connor. That's me. Okay, let's get to the story. I have some thoughts about what Travis and Jay are up to with Radiance and their public statements and what's kind of going on there. But before I give my take on it, here is what Travis had to say in the interview with the Black Vault.
You have now gone into the private sector. It was reported you're working at a company called Radiance Technologies, right?
That's correct.
And you are working with Jay Stratton, who we've talked about a lot through the last hour or so as leading the U.A.P task force. Now you guys are together in the private sector. There's a lot of rumors about that, a lot of speculation that Radiance is either, and I've seen it, I'm not even making this up, that you guys are reverse engineering alien spacecraft, that you guys are going for U.A.P investigative contracts, and I've also heard that there's nothing going on. I've looked, I can't find anything. I found some other Radiance technology contracts and stuff that the DoD posted publicly, but nothing U.A.P related, and that's normal. It's a very successful company. So that being said, let's deal with the rumors. Are you guys doing U.A.P work?
Well, what we're doing is we're continuing to do work that we've done our entire careers, right? We have expertise that we've built up, and that's what they hired us for. Radiance does a lot of different things, from directed energy to some advanced propulsion to foreign military equipment exploitation. So if they we're the company to go to, say if you had a downed Russian or Chinese asset and you wanted to figure out what it was and what it was doing, we're the kind of company to do that. Now, to my knowledge, I haven't seen a UFO in a hangar somewhere yet, but I'd be happy to get one and start reverse engineering it. And my personal motivation is, yes, I do want to continue doing the work. And my plan is to continue interacting with the same community I've interacted with my entire career, and continue to offer what subject matter expertise I've gathered to that. And because it's fun work and it's a moral imperative to it. I mean, what are these things? Are they friendly? Are they foe? Do they don't care? I mean, are they benevolent, malicious? We don't know. I have no idea what these things are. So I'm going to continue to research them and try to figure it out. And Radiance has a lot of fun work. And our president said in an interview with George Knapp, I think it was, that we'd be happy to reverse engineer an alien spacecraft if we were, given the opportunity. So that's the way I'm not confirming or denying. I'm not saying I'm not confirming or not denying. I'm saying, sure, if the work comes along, I'm going to do it, right?
Well, I got to probe you a little bit. Pardon the pun on that. You can't confirm or deny. So you can't? No yay or nay on UAP work?
Oh, well, I can say that nobody's. So let me put it to you like this. Nobody is paying me right now from a government standpoint to do any UAP work, and but it doesn't mean that I'm not. I don't want to do it, and it doesn't mean that I wouldn't do it if the opportunity arose. Let's just leave it at that. But I will tell you that it's my personal goal to be. I don't know if people watching this will be old enough to remember The Adventures of Johnny Quest. But since I was a kid, it was my goal to be Dr. Benton Quest, that when the alien spacecraft Spider crashes on the island, that they call me to go to it and see what it is and figure out how to stop the thing, right? And so, and I haven't given up on that dream, even though that was a long time ago. So maybe that's the best way to leave that.
Fascinating, right? Really intriguing comments. So Travis wants to be that superheroic character going around the world, being called upon to investigate alien anomalies and the like. I think that's awesome. That is I can see that being the dream of a scientist. It totally makes sense and seems to fit his personality and character. And heck, what he's been doing at Skinwalker Ranch. That is like a total Michael Crichton novel. That's like the plot of like half of Michael Crichton novels. Is a team of experts going to a remote location to solve some science fiction-y kind of puzzle, right, or whatever it is. So that totally fits Skinwalker Ranch, and Travis Taylor is that scientist going out there to do that. So kudos to him. But what is he going to do next? Is he going to reverse engineer UFOs? Is that what he and Jay are positioning themselves to do? Well, I think that's, highly likely. And with their history with the UAP task force, and presumably, with their connections to whatever that is going to become, Arrow or whatever they're going to call it, presumably those connections could allow them access to various materials that new Pentagon program looking into UFOs acquires. And, how will they acquire that? Will they have crash retrieval teams that vie with the Area 51 guys, the breakaway group? Will they compete over getting to crashes first? That would be kind of hilarious and, the subject for, a good science fiction novel, I guess. Soon to possibly be a science fact novel. But there's also another way this could go. And, this is, my current theory, in addition to believing that their access to the task force could allow them to get material. However, there's another way it could go. And that's that they could be doing what the Advanced Theoretical Physics Working Group, whatever it was called, did long ago, which is try to create a center of gravity around themselves so that the people that are read into the program, the control group kind of stuff, would, gravitate to them and invite them to be part of the club and to help them investigate and deal with the phenomenon. Yeah, Richard Dolan recently had Omega Point on his show. Omega Point and his co-writer, the Hermetic Penetrator, whatever it was, they wrote this excellent paper or, small book about the history of the Advanced Theoretical Physics Working Group, if I'm saying that correctly, in their impact on UFO disclosure leading up into the present day. We may not have gotten the ball rolling on all of this disclosure stuff, leading to OSAP and ATIP and all of that kind of stuff, ultimately leading to this current age of disclosure, disclosure with a small d, if not for that group. And they were trying, I think it was John Alexander, I'm forgetting the other players involved, but they were trying to create a center of gravity around themselves. It was Hal Puthoff, I forget. Anyway, so they were involved in this stuff, and they wanted to gather their forces, combine their expertise, and create a center of gravity that would get the attention of the powers that be, and ultimately lead to them being invited to research and develop whatever the control group had. I think that's very likely what Travis Taylor and Jay Stratton are doing with Radiance Technologies. They are putting out a shingle. They are saying, here we are, guys, come to us. We've got this great technology company. We've got all this expertise. Let's get this going on. Whether they get that going on with the control group or the, RO or Arrow, whatever it's going to be called, remains an open question. I think it's much more likely to be Arrow than the control group. The control group is doing their own thing. They have left the reservation. Richard Dolan doesn't call them the breakaway civilization for nothing. I mean, they have broken away. That said, I do think there are levels and there are tiers and there are different groups doing different things. So it's entirely possible that one of these other groups could gravitate to them. And, if there is a group that just has some ships, some recovered craft, and they've been tinkering around with them lo these many years, but they're separate from the true breakaway civilization, if indeed there is a breakaway civilization, and indeed they are separate. But if there are different factions within the government and outside of the government doing different things, and one of them is in that mid-tier range where they do simply have some ships and they've been tinkering with them and maybe getting some stuff to work here and there, if there is such a program in that range, that program could take heed of Travis and Jay and the shingle they've put out. That would be amazing, and I hope that happens for them and for us, because they might clue us in on some of this stuff, as unlikely as that is. They would probably instantly, have NDAs and not be able to say anything, but maybe they could at least let the odd hint seep through. Anyway, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please smash the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Please join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. And please, if you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. See the first line in the description below, and there's 2 tiers of membership to receive exclusive access in videos. Until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road.